Tower Defense X is a Roblox defense game that is based on high-tech military that fights robots and possessed robots. While in the military, soldiers are fighting other soldiers. So that got me thinking, can real military troops fight against TDX game modes? Alright, so the rules of this challenge is that I can't use lasers, I can't use anything that has more than one barrel, except like the real weapons that have more than one barrel. And I have to use towers that use actual weapons from the military. Also, for some towers, I can only use one path since the other path has like what I said in the rules. So for example, machine gunner, top path is more realistic, while bottom path has lasers. So yeah, I can only use top path. The towers I brought for easy mode were Ranger, Juggernaut, Combat Drone, Warship, Artillery, and Machine Gunner. First started with 2 Rangers, cause like what else would I start with? It's easy mode, of course I have to use Ranger, what else? So I got a Machine Gunner, and yeah, I don't really know what to talk about since it's easy mode. Like, it's the easiest mode of all. It's in the name, easy. It's a guy from the 17th century. Like, well, I don't know what to talk about. So easy mode passed. For intermediate, I changed my loadout since I wanted to use a different strategy. So I replaced Ranger with Snipers so I could get more damage in. And it also had piercing for top path. Also, I couldn't use bottom path because bottom path, I think, is like laser gun, some sort. I didn't want to risk it, so I used top path. I got a top path Juggernaut just so it can tank some hits from the bosses because the snipers didn't have that much health. Well, it kind of did, but like they could get one-shotted still. So for Juggernaut, I got top path since I don't think bottom path is really realistic. So yeah, it did help a lot, but then I noticed it didn't have hidden detection, which is not really a problem because snipers have hidden detection. Before Eradicator, I knew I was gonna have a little damage problem, so I got a top half attack helo because that's the only tower I can think of that could solo a boss. So yeah, intermediate passed. I had to replay Elite Mode so many times just to find the right loadout. I did, but it wasn't that good. I mean, it was good, but I couldn't get past the freaking, the hidden. I first got Operator for the first few waves because it was the best option for DPS and it had early hidden detection, which Elite Mode spammed the enemies with stealth. On wave 9, I got a combat drone just to clear up the waves a bit faster, and since I could only use military like towers, I could only get bottom path since top path isn't that realistic in the military. I wasn't struggling that much for a few waves, but when I knew the lava golems were gonna come out, I got top path Juggernaut so it ignore the bullet resistance, and I needed the DPS too because those things are built like tanks. A few waves later, and here comes the king and queen, the royal family of TDX. They weren't that much of a problem, I just took them out quickly with combat drone. I also got snipers and artilleries in the back just for support and in case I get any leaks. Let's see, the dragon one wasn't any problem. But then came the stealth army, which I died to. Yeah, that sucked. I know I can win elite mode, but like, you know, I'm too lazy. But I can, but I don't want to. I got a machine gunner just to start off for an early defense, then I saved money for a combat drone, and since my aim sucks with bottom path, I got an attack helo and a AA turret just for the air defense. The waves were really easy, surprisingly, until I got to the Greek god trio. I placed some more AA turrets so I can get Artemis out of the way so it wouldn't be a problem for just killing my attack helos. I then placed some snipers just for bait, and I made the attack helos follow me, so whenever the bosses died, I could just walk away, and they would not explode. Before Eradicator Mark II, the waves were pretty simple, since I just maxed out all my attack helos and my 2 combat drones, so the drone wasn't a problem, and so was Destructor. Then he came out. I placed some snipers in the back just for a few extra damage, and I maxed out some of my AA turrets. And yeah, he's pretty simple actually. So yeah, expert passed. Yay. If I had to do Nightmare, I was gonna activate Secret Mode, which wouldn't make a difference because I do not think I would get to Emperor. I had no idea what to bring for Nightmare since I needed high DPS towers and high health, and I had 3 of those: AA turret, combat drone, and helicopter, which are like the 3 towers you need in Nightmare mode. As how most Nightmare strategies start off, you get 2 combat drones and a helicopter, which I have those, but what do I do next? For the starting waves, it was pretty simple. I just used combat drone, got bottom path, I got another bottom path, and I got stealth helicopters. Until Eradicator and the Greek gods came out, which I did struggle a bit, which led them to get pretty close to my base, but I did take them out, so it was good. As the waves went on, I got artillery in the back just for splash damage and damage, since that's what I needed the most. And I got machine gunners just so, like, maybe try to get a few hits in for the enemies, but they got killed, so yeah. After a few waves, I was trying to strategize what I was trying to do, but Eradicator Mark IV decided to show up, and I had no idea what I was going to do. So I tried to get more artillery, and I did get a few top half Juggernauts, which did work because I killed Eradicator Mark IV, but oh no. At this point, I knew I was going to die because most of my towers could get one-shotted by the bosses and probably by the enemies. So what I did, I put top half Juggernauts in the back and prayed if that was going to do anything. It did, but then the Destructors came. The first Destructor was easy to take out, and my towers being killed in the process, and also the drones weren't a problem because of my AA turrets that I spammed, until the second one came out, which the first one killed all my towers. Now I have no money. Second one, I just used combat drone until it died. Oh no. So yeah, Destructor got into my base. Yep. I don't think the military can handle Nightmare mode. Endless wasn't all that hard, since it's basically the 4 modes just combined into one long mode. So I got past Plague Doctor, Eradicator, Revive Plague Doctor, and Eradicator Mark II. Before Mark IV, I spammed a bunch of top half Juggernauts with Commander so that Mark IV wouldn't target my main damage, which was the helicopters and combat drones. After that, I started to get top half warships so I could just kill the bosses faster, and maybe a Calamity if I get to him. Mark I combat was no problem at all, because my warships dominated his HP, and he mostly targeted my Juggernauts, which was good, because I didn't have to replace my warships again. I also kept stunning him with my combat drones, just for damage. I did struggle a bit with Apex Predator, since he killed my Juggernauts, he killed some of my warships, but he didn't kill my helicopters, which was good, because they were my main damage. Well, except for warship, but yeah. We did get through him, but all my Juggernauts basically died. With all my Juggernauts being dead, I didn't really panic with Calamity, since my helicopters could take care of his HP, and the warships could take care of the crowd. At this point, I was destroying Calamity's HP. I did play some Juggernauts just for a bit more damage, and maybe I could bait him out, but in the end, he died. Even though I died, I still count this as a win, since all the bosses I went through is in the lore, and technically, it's real. So, I think the military has a good chance against Calamity.